So we've all seen Biden in the United States blaming Putin for the rising energy prices and rising gas prices.
And it's Vladimir Putin's gas price increase. And doing everything I can to bring down the price to address Putin's price hike.
But this isn't just a United States Biden administration thing. This is a liberal international order, as they call themselves, talking point. Even Ursula von der Leyen, the EU commissioner, said the same thing at the recent World Economic Forum conference.
Must now cope with rising prices for energy as a direct result of Putin's unpardonable war.
But unfortunately for them, this isn't the early 1900s when none of us had access to the internet. Now we can just look up this information and figure out what's going on for ourselves, and we can call them out on their bullshit, which is exactly what this is. The global corporate elite were talking about the energy transition back way before Putin invaded Ukraine. This isn't new. This is something that they've been thinking about and planning for and looking at and talking about since last year, before Putin invaded Ukraine. Here's Larry Fink from the Future Investment Initiative, a conference in October of 2021, talking about that very thing.
The short-term policies related to environmentalism in terms of restricting supply of hydrocarbons has created energy inflation, and we're going to be living with that for some time.
This isn't just Joe Schmo off the street talking about these things. This is Larry Fink, billionaire businessman, CEO of BlackRock, the largest money management firm in the world. He's not the only one. Blackstone CEO Steven Schwartzman at the same conference pretty much said the same thing.
But how you get from where we are today to like a green world is utterly undefined. With the decline curve of hydrocarbons, leave out coal, we're going to end up with a real shortage of energy. And when you have a shortage, it's just going to cost more. And it's going to probably cost a lot more. And when that happens, you're going to get very unhappy people. What happens then, Richard, is you've got real unrest. And this challenges the political system. And it's all utterly unnecessary.
Not only that, in October of last year, 2021, Vladimir Putin was calling out the West on these very topics, saying that they were increasing their supply while the West was decreasing their supply. Putin also discusses Ukraine. Of all places, Ukraine comes up. And again, this is before Putin invaded Ukraine. So is this connected to everything that's going on right now? It's probably likely. Maybe it's just one small part. Take a look.
So actually, who is using those energy tools for their own purposes, Russia or someone else? We are increasing our supplies while partners from other countries, including the US, are actually decreasing their supplies. This is open information. You can just look it up on the internet. You can find it all there. And you're talking about Russia being accused of using energy as weapons. This is utter nonsense. This is politically motivated blather that has nothing to support it. No foundation whatsoever. We are being hinted that you should increase the supplies over Ukraine, but it's dangerous to increase them because the equipment has not been repaired for decades. And if we would increase the supplies, then it's just going to fail. And Europe would be left without any gas. The equipment is 80% outdated. They do not want to hear us. They just want to blame Russia for something.
So I'm one that wants to look at both sides. I want to try and understand what Putin and the Russian side is saying. I want to try and understand what the United States side is saying. And I want to weigh those and try and figure out the truth from that. I'm not saying that Russia and Putin is completely telling us all the truth, but I definitely know that the United States and the West is not telling us all the truth. Putin said they were trying to blame him. This is back in October of 2021. They were trying to blame him back then, which is exactly what we're seeing happening right now. So from my perspective, one of two things is happening, or a combination of both of these things. One, the national governments across the world and corporations are just not on the same page. They're all kind of just trying to figure this out and there's no real plan, which is not good. Or they don't care about the chaos. Maybe they want chaos. After all, chaos creates the need for order, and in this case, the New World Order.